Hello! In this video, I will show you how to create a dynamic pivot in SQL. One example that you might need one of these, say you work for a company, and as we can see here from this query, we have different products, and those different products have different list prices at different dates. Maybe the company wants to see all of their products and their old listing price. So the company might want to reevaluate the current price. Now, to perform our dynamic pivot, because we don't know what the list price is always going to be for our 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 products, this is why we need a dynamic pivot. The first step into turning rows into columns, we'll be turning this list price per product into its own column. So we can quickly glance at product 707, here's all its prices. Product 708, here's all its prices. And so on and so forth. Getting an idea of the history of that product. In a pivot, we're going to take these row values and turn them into columns. Now, how many columns we need? We need to perform a count on list price, grouping by product ID, to get an overall count of how many columns we need, because we're not dynamically counting these columns. To shorten the length of this video, I went ahead and already typed up all the code needed. In this query, we have the code set to get our count on list price. I added in the product table so we can get the product description. And here's our group by, which you have to get because we're aggregating on using count. And as a little extra bonus, we're doing an order by descending so we can see the max count of price list. The reason I didn't do a max count is because I wanted to see which product had the highest counts. So now that we know that we have a max of 3 different prices per product. If this was a live database for production, I would assume our company would experience growth. Companies want to grow. We are going to double the number of fields just in case. So instead of giving just 3 list prices, we're going to give 6 to allow for growth for the company. So here is our first step in creating our dynamic pivot, a partition by. Essentially, we are generating rows per list price. We have created a new column called RowOrder. The first part of the value will be the list price as a string. Then we're going to concatenate a row number. That row number will be partitioned by the product number and ordered by the product number. Partition by in SQL is used to divide the result into partitions and perform calculations on each partition separately. So each time it comes across that product ID, it gets a new row number. So once we have our partition by, order by working, we can start the pivot. Here is why our partition by is so important. It is actually the inner subquery, as you can see as I scroll over here. Now I did add the product table to again get the product name. You can even do a where clause if you're going to look at a particular product or not. Our main select is going to come from the pivot. So we're going to pivot out that list price 6 times. So the main query is going to be our product ID, what we called the name table in the subquery. I called it description, and then our list prices out to 6. We had a max count of 3, but we want to double it for company growth. We're going to pivot off of the minimum list price, and then we're going to loop with a for loop. So list price 1, we're going to fill that out and just keep going to town until all 6 are filled out. I'm actually just going to go over here. I'm just going to put this cast under that cast. There we go. There, nice and neat. And we run this, we now have a history of prices per product. So we can make a financial decision as a business to reevaluate our current price. Now this is a good table for graphs, for metrics. One metric could be how many products over a certain point, how many products are under a certain point. Here's what a dynamic pivot looks like in SQL. I hope this helped. If not, it's out there. As always, stay healthy, don't perish, and catch you in the next video. Merry Christmas. Hope you have a good rest of your year.